Hello, YouTubers, friends, compatriots, bootlickers, shills, dust, lacers, peasants, vassals, minions, meat sacks. I'm Useful Idiot. Welcome. And yes, it's that time again to do another Fukushima update. And as my regulars know, I only do videos on Fukushima when there's something outrageous that pops up again. And of course, in the media is burying this. They bury this in the media in the United States, and they certainly bury it in the media in Japan. But we have this ongoing horror show going on in Fukushima, and it just gets more and more diabolical all the time. The latest being, well, some background first. The last update I did, of course, there's three or more molten cores have disappeared. They don't even really know where they are, and so these are burrowing down. And now we get more confirmation that the repercussions and effects of these lost molten cores are now appearing, because now we have the highest radiation being emitted at the Fukushima site since the original tragedy. Record high fatal radiation levels. One person described these effects as, quote, unimaginable, unquote. But we have to imagine them because they are occurring in real time right now. So in reactor 2, what would normally be the amount of radiation has gotten to the point where within 5 to 10 days you would go through sickness and death. And so there we have it. And there's a hole found in one reactor. It's only a quarter meter wide, but it's enough to cause continued deterioration there. A pressure vessel has been burned from melted core fuel and debris falling down. So it appears that not only have the molten cores disappeared, but the residue from them is burning through the containment vessel below, and that's what we've been concerned about, and that's why we're seeing this spike in radiation. One expert commented, quote, complete reduction of radiation will take hundreds of thousands of years, unquote. So once again, no matter how much kind of amount of sugarcoating they try and put on it, and try and be optimistic about the cleanup efforts there, and the fact that we also have people moving back into the Fukushima area to a certain degree, and complete reduction of radiation is going to take hundreds of thousands of years. So, and this, of course, is we've discussed in all these other videos as well, and people who have been keeping up with Fukushima. There's no containment really, unlike Chernobyl. The radiation just continues to be emitted. So there's some optimism. After 6 years, a portion of the nuclear fuel debris, quote, may have finally been found, unquote. So what a slim glimmer of hope that they grab onto, this optimism that after 6 years they may have found a portion of the nuclear debris. And so that's how badly and ineptly this is being handled. And then they think they may have finally found it. Well, they found a hole in the containment vessel, and the fuel is burning through. And then there's these dark lumps beneath reactor number 2, and they suspect that could be the melted rods and this debris falling down. And there's no way of really keeping it up on it. Once again, the latest robot they sent in just got fried. That news popped up today. So once again, there's no eyes really to go in there and find out where things are. And one of the other things about this too that I brought up in a previous video is the costs keep going up for the Japanese public, and now they're potentially on the hook for $200 billion and growing. And the whole thing is just a nightmare. Aside from the radiation, the fact that we have the Yakuza apparently running the cleanup efforts, and practically slave labor, people abducted on the streets and put to work in Fukushima, and this tragedy continues to go on. And like I say, now we have radiation spiking once again 6 years later, and the tragedy in Fukushima continues to unfold and will affect things on a global scale, and it already is. The radiation is reaching the west coast of the United States now, and radiation continues to be emitted, and the Pacific Ocean is irradiated right now from this. And there's no way to put a sugarcoating on it, and the fact that it's not in the news doesn't really mean anything other than the fact that that shows that it's even more of an epic tragedy when they go to such efforts to bury the story. But something that affects all of us, and something people should be concerned about. I know everybody's distracted by the Trump administration and all these other things, and things they should really be concerned about, like Fukushima, just aren't on their radar. But there you have it, Fukushima, record radiation levels, a hole in the containment vessel, another robot fried, and the tragedy goes on. I'm a useful idiot, don't you be one too?